Hey guys, back on one another wave. This is whatever Goku was reincarnated into Naruto world and trained Naruto. So here we go. In the Goku life, Goku died by Lord Beerus by Hakai, and Beerus not got Goku dodged it, but he did it, and he was too late. So literally, since he was wished by the Dragon Balls too much, he can't be brought back. Now he's wondering what universe he might be in since he died. And in this time, Goku was reincarnated into the Naruto universe, and he is walking around. Since he has no family, he's always lived out the village. And now he sees a kid with yellow hair getting bullied, and saw a girl step up for him and with purple hair. After the bully tried to punch her, Naruto stepped in and said, "I won't let you hurt her." After they just met, this girl sees a lot of potential into this yellow hair boy. After we get knocked around a couple times, the bullies leave, and she stayed there basically till him. And by the way, they are 5 years old. And Goku came over and said, "Hey, my name is Son Goku. Do you need to be healed?" And plus, Goku is 5 at this point, at the same age as Naruto and Hinata at this time. He then goes heal Naruto. Naruto thanks him, so it's not Hinata in time. And Goku asks, "Do you want to be strong, both of you?" In this timeline, they said yes. So basically, Goku is basically training Naruto and Hinata, since basically now it's like rumors got to the not the Hokage, the Kyuga mansion. Hinata got kicked out of her clan, so Hinata is Hinata now, since she doesn't have the Hyuga anymore. And she is going to basically Naruto's house and explain the situation, and then Naruto's mad. Even Goku, since he's staying with Naruto. Now Naruto attacking Gigi, the third Hokage, for like the 3 extra rooms for me, him, and Goku. Me, him, and Hinata. And he agrees because this is messed up to do this to their heirs. So he did, and Naruto asked for training clothes too, and some weights, like some seal weights and all that. So after that, when they got settled in, they began training onto the level of, they train mostly to make everybody not fight them anymore. So in this timeline, Naruto and Hinata are strong, and Goku is at least stronger. So they have an extra sparring partner to make them better at the techniques and martial arts. So basically, Naruto and Hinata at this point is basically up to 8, and it's at the Saiyan Saga's, like Saiyan Saga's power level. That's what they're at. Goku's literally at the Cell Saga's basically, so he's basically overpowered. But he does tell them about his transformations, and Goku do tell them, "You guys can learn the Kaioken, and I can teach you about God Ki." They said, "What is God Ki?" And Goku explains what God Ki is. They were shocked that was a level of power. But Goku said they need to learn the Ki and to level to even get to that level. And they said bet, and they start training even harder and harder than before. Now even Hinata was giving up till she saw Naruto not giving up. She said, "I'll never give up." Naruto looks at her and sees a little bit him and her. He starts to blush to this. And he gets his mouth shut when he keeps doing his stuffs. Now, every day they increase the weight all the way to 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 50 times. And they increase the weight to 100 times. That one when they really had to struggle and power up a bit. So they had to literally push their bodies to the limit and broke their limit. After that, Naruto got the Kaioken, and in this time, Naruto does ask Goku about what does the transformation be like, and he said basically about intense anger. And Naruto is getting an idea, but he's not gonna use the Nine Tails since he already knows about them inside him now. He's powering up his ki into his body, and then he starts to, since Goku put a force field around him, he basically done with him. He starts to scream and louder, and then Goku sees his hair turning a little bit. Since Naruto's ki is white, his hair started to turn a little bit white and whiter until he powered up fully into his like first stage of the white human transformation. I'm gonna call it the Naruto transformation. White Naruto, not white white human transformation. And he said, I did it. Then he said, let me test this against the Super Saiyan. Goku obliged, and Goku is seemingly impressed about this new transformation Naruto made by himself. And then they get faster and faster, and Hinata's wondering she can do the same thing. After stop sparring for a bit, Naruto would tell her that he would teach her about this technique he just made, and Goku's wondering can he do the Kaioken with it. That's what Goku's thinking basically. And they said bet, and then they train extra harder until the age of 12. They are very overpowered. They have to hold back on a bit. And who doesn't know about the training? And he knows these kids are overpowered by now. So I'm gonna stop here because this is gonna be at the academy. So actually, no, I'm gonna continue. Like since they're 12, they do spar more and more, like each day. So basically, they got rolled in the academy, and all the tests was easy for Goku, Naruto, and Hinata. So they literally aced it. And then when it came to the combat test, Naruto versus Sasuke lost. His fangirls didn't like that. Naruto didn't care. So, and then Hinata versus a random person, she beat him without any ease. She beat him with ease. And then Goku beat him with ease with just a kick. After that, they train more and more. After that, they do all the tests, since not to make them study. Like, and then he sees a little bit of Chi-Chi in Hinata. He's like, oh my god, this is not a Chi-Chi. And she said, what you said? And he said, nothing. And then after that, they do tests, clone jutsu. But Naruto and Goku have to do something very, very different. Since everybody knows that Hinata's not a Hyuga anymore, everybody wanted she to fail, but she actually made clones. But they don't sense no chakra from them. You being produced, but they see they have chakra in there. So, yeah, basically they got the getting, and Goku and Naruto know him is the dude who like get Naruto the scroll. Yeah, they knew he was bad, so they told Ruzan they can sense it in his malice, and Ruzan took him away basically. In this timeline, they meet up with their teammates. This time it's gonna be, since there's a lot of kids here, it is basically going to 5-man team. So it's Naruto, Goku, Hinata, Sakura, and Sasuke on the team with Team 7, and they do basically wait for Kakashi, and it took like an hour, and then Goku and Naruto had enough. They went up to the roof. Hinata follows, and the other two are wondering where they're going. They said they're gonna train on the roof, because I can't wait for this guy if he's taking too long. And after that, they went on the roof, trained. Kakashi came and asked where the other three were, and they said on the roof training. And he said, oh, cool. And he tell him about to meet him on the roof, and once he shins up there, he sees these kids are fighting harshly with some techniques and all that. And he said, so you might be my other three students. And he said, bet. And you might be Kakashi. And after that, they started explaining their stories. But this time, Sakura is not no simp for Sasuke like that. She loves him, like has a crush on him, but she doesn't. She she said something very different in this timeline. She said her likes or Sasuke, but she loves to train and she wants to be stronger. And she wants to be the strongest Koninji in this planet. I mean, not in this planet, but in this ninja world. And Hinata was the same thing, and they said, and she told Sakura, "You might be my rival." And then it came to Sasuke. Sasuke would say his emo stuff. Naruto and Goku would see that. So after that, after the whole story was done, Kakashi said they had 10 months of training, and I will give them 10 months of training later. So I'm gonna tell them a little bit about their 10 months of training. Alright, when in 10 months of training, Sasuke and Sakura went on the training, and this time Sakura is learning about some legendary Hokage of the Fifth, like the Senju. So in Tsunade, she learns about her techniques very early, by her own will. Sasuke was just learning how to learn his Sharingan, and in this timeline he worked so hard until he gets 3 Tomani Sharingan, but it gets draining after a few minutes. That's why he barely uses it. And Naruto and Hinata and Goku are training for fiercely after 10 months. They train up to at least all the way to since Naruto and Hinata is behind Goku, they're almost close to super. They're in like the end of the Majin Buu arc. They're right there. They can go Kaioken times 10 and 20, and they are practicing God Ki. But they only can use the godlike essence, like they can use it, but they can't do their red hair form. So, not yet actually. Goku does, and he shows them what this means and explains. They said they're gonna work on it, but we're gonna work on Hinata's transformation. Hinata can barely do the human transformation like Naruto made. So basically, it's a white-haired Naruto who is basically stronger at 50 times, and Hinata has the different key from Naruto. So she made since her hair is purple, Naruto, she has purple ki, and then when she charges it up, her hair turns more light purple, and she made her own human transformation for her kind, and it's not for the Hyugas, for her personal kind. And they sparred until at least to 9 months, and they are very overpowered. And Sasuke has his light no release, and Sakura has her Genjutsu like all the way max, and super strength, strong, and hand-to-hand combat increased. So they basically in this 9 months they are strong. So and this is where I'm gonna cut it off right here until then right here. So for it could be interesting, but I can tell you, Kakashi already knows about Ki, but he never knows who knows how to use it. So he's basically training just in case these kids might give him a problem. So that's why he's training with his Ki. So yeah, basically he's trying to get back in his fighting shape, and that's where I'm gonna end it. So peace out and see you later.